If you are building or renovating, then taking action on what you learn in this short training video will be the most valuable thing you do for years. This is a big statement, but I can say that because it will help you avoid the number one most costly mistake people make when building a building project. Have you ever heard the term on time and on budget? If not, this concept is an important one. On time and on budget is a term used in all big projects. From construction to IT to building roads, all projects are trying to meet their target. The term refers to completing a project within the planned time frame and within the planned budget. Many times this does not happen, and for your project this is very bad news. There are many reasons projects might not come in on time and on budget. But by far, the number one reason is lack of planning in the early phases. Here's the thing. At some point during your project, be it a home renovation, a new build, a residential development, you are going to discover a way to make your project better. That is a given. It always happens. It could be a design change. It could be a window or door in a better place. It could be the layout of a room. It might be a design that saves you money or dramatically improves the livability of the spaces. But sooner or later, you are going to want to make a change. And when shortcuts are taken early on and people rush into the design phase, then people do not discover all the options they had or what they really wanted until the concrete has already been poured. Without getting a full needs and options review conducted before the builder gets on site, you will change your design. Late discovery of your real needs or options leaves you crying. If only I had known. That is why we created the needs and options review. There are 6 stages during a project when changes can be made. The needs and options review, which is your diagnosis, the concept design, design development, technical documentation, the construction stage, and closeout. If you discover better options early, then you can make the changes effortlessly. Make your discoveries late and you pay exponentially more, or worse, live in a house where you settled for a lesser option. Here is an indication of how costs change the later you make changes. Here's a picture that tells 1,000 words. With the needs and options review, you will never have to utter those tragic words, if only I had known. Take a look at this graph. Time is on the bottom, on the x-axis. As time progresses, the opportunity to make changes decreases. This is common sense. It is a lot easier to change the location of a concrete footing before it has been placed in the ground. Now this graph represents the relative cost to make a change. As you can see, as time progresses, changes get increasingly more expensive. The best time to make a change is at the beginning of a project. This is why a thorough needs and options review should be your first step. As Abraham Lincoln said, "If I had 9 hours to chop down a tree, I'd spend the first 6 sharpening my axe." Old Abe Lincoln understood that proper preparation early on can save a lot of time and effort in the long run. Or put into more common, modern terms, measure twice and cut once. When we overlay these 2 charts, you can see that at the beginning of a project, the opportunity for change is greatest, and the cost to make changes is least. It is at this point in the process that we want to thoroughly explore all of your options. This is why a proper needs and options review saves time and money. You may be asking, do I need a needs and options review? Here's a quick test to find out. Take out a pen and paper and give yourself a score for each of the following questions. Out of 10, how clear are you on exactly what you need? Out of 10, how aware are you of all the various options your site will accommodate? Out of 10, how confident are you that you are aware of all the legal requirements? Out of 10, how aware are you of the process that you will need to have in place to get the project completed on time and on budget? Out of 10, how confident are you that your budget will achieve your needs? Don't worry about not being able to answer these questions yet. The Needs and Options review will allow us to fill in the gaps and get you ready to move to the design stage. The first step you will need to complete is the Needs and Options review. We designed this process a few years ago because we saw a huge issue in the construction industry of people starting design and construction before they had fully done their research and homework. We would see many building projects go over time and over budget. The consequences of inadequate upfront research of needs and options is like constructing a building on bad foundations. The foundations are the most important part of the whole building because everything is built on top. It is very expensive to change the foundations once you have started to build on top of them. But it is very easy to change them if they are simply lines on a plan. This is what makes us different. We spend more time on the research than most other firms who rush their clients into the design phase. We take a different approach. In fact, we will only work with clients who are prepared to do the Needs and Options review properly. We will not rush this step. It only causes cost overruns later if we take shortcuts and don't establish solid foundations now. The Needs and Options review is the most important step because it lays the foundations for a successful project. Once complete, the valuable insights you gain from this first phase can be used by us or any other architect and will ultimately produce a better result for you. Can I save money by not paying for Needs and Options review? Sure, you could skip this step or meet with someone who gives you a few ideas for free before rushing you into the design phase. Answer: not investing the time in a full Needs and Options review can be the most expensive decision you make during your project. The most cost-effective time to discover all your options is now. To book your Needs and Options session, complete the form below. Someone will contact you shortly to schedule a suitable time. Thank you for watching this video. We look forward to working with you soon.